Okay, welcome back, Revenants, boys and girls, everyone, to the road to 100. We are here now in the City of the Falling Flame, and boy, do we have a very bizarre episode here, as we are going to be light gifting in a very different, strange way with Jack. We are going to be investigating a gifted veil and how this exactly operates. Well, as we saw when we were running gifted weapons, they take half of the ability, the applied ability, and they add it to the multiplier. So if you have a 50% multiplier, it takes half of that, 25, and it adds it to the 50, and it becomes a 75 multiplier. So now we're going to investigate that here with how we have ourselves set up here. Now we're going to run Flame Protection and Elemental Wall, as these two paired up with Fireproof Tonic and the Daybreak Thunderfang, paired with Survival Instinct when we are below half health. This will give us exactly the right amount of fire resistance. It is like exactly the amount of fire resistance that we need to make sure that we don't take any damage from the walls or from the fire dudes that are in here. So we'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll heal one more. We'll go for this, and we will go for a Fireproof Tonic and a Charge Booster. And if I walk into the wall here, you'll see I don't lose any health, which means that I don't lose Overdrive. And this fella, he doesn't hurt me, but I do 9,400 damage to him. Oh, whoops. And as you can see, we got a little bit of health back, and that dropped our damage output a little bit because we went above half health from Survival Instinct. So we want to be pretty low on health, so we always have Survival Instinct active, but we don't want to completely lose ourselves all the way. But if we wanted to, we could go for Light Impulse, and that would get us about another 6 or 7 on fire defense, just in case if we didn't have enough, but there's no reason to really do that. There's no reason for all stats up, as a gifted veil removes all the scaling. Oops. It removes all the scaling off of the veil, and it's only concerned about the base damage. Now, the Daybreak Thunderfang has the highest light base damage, or the highest light base value in the game, and the second one that's fairly close to it is the Winter Mantle, the big winter coat at 639. That's fairly close, and it does have a higher damage value, and it does have a higher drain rating, but it's a lot less fire resistance, and also it's not a double Hounds veil where you can abuse the regenerative drain. But in the event that we go above half health, we can always reduce that by blood sacrifice or just taking a hit to the face. So that's kind of how we're going to be running through here, and we're going to be running drains only, and Jack will help us immensely, because he here at the 510 drain attack, if we go for just Jack, he increases our damage significantly, but then at the same time we get the increased damage from the veil being gifted, so 1275 over 510, so it's a 2.5 times multiplier for our damage. And then if we go for Overdrive, that increases it further to 1657. So 1657 over 1657 minus 1275 is 382 over 510. It is a 75% increase that's added to the Daybreak Thunderfang as for drain attacks. And if we go below half health, we add I believe it's 300 or 250. It might be 250 plus 125, which I believe is the case here. So we'll go ahead and check out what our final multiplier is when Survival Instinct is active. Okay, and one more. There we go. And now our drain is 2107. So 2107 minus 1657. Yeah, so it's 350 that it adds to the no, 450. Sorry, it adds 450 to our drain attack from survival instinct. So we get a very considerably high damage value output from just 3 gifts, 1, 2, and 3, and also heroic fang is a 30% increase to your drain attack, charge drain attack, but then it at the same time does 15% more, so it's a 45% increase to drain attacks. Or we could go for sharpened fangs, which is a pretty big increase there to the backstab potential. If we wanted to go for more drain attack, but that would only apply to backstabs, and it is a pretty considerable increase there. So we'll see what our drain attack on backstabs would be. Is it higher than 2107? And in short, yes, it is. Considerable upgrade in backstab potential. But our charge drains then, where we simply do a charge drain, would be much less than what we were doing before. But we can go ahead and check out what this would be versus the fella over there. Why can't I heal? Oh, because I'm paired with Jack. Okay, so let's check out what our drain attack would be. Now, the reason this is important to know is because when you go against the kitty at the end of the level here, you want to know how to pair exactly and effectively versus her, as you don't want to pair wrongly, and because she can't be backstabbed, so you definitely want to go for heroic fang versus her. But through here, it might be more beneficial to, yeah. See, we do 7,300 as the heroic fang gives us so much more on a charge drain, but sharpened fangs on a backstab will yield a considerably higher damage potential out. So it's kind of a choose your poison here of which you want to go for. Do you want to go for backstabs, or do you want to go for charge drains? I don't think the backstab potential will be as advantageous as the charge drain as we run through here, since we're running time crunch. I mean, we could go for some other things here to make ourselves have more damage out. Instead of like regenerative drain, we could go for swift destruction, and that would increase our damage even more, or we could go for sharpened fangs, as we saw there. So that's kind of the benefit here, that you can choose how you want to go for the different damages and the different buffs according to how it would make it more beneficial for you and in what kind of scenario you're going to be going for. Okay, so let's get the show on the road and see how this harebrained idea actually works out. We run through it. And Royal Heart allows us to always be not staggered by the enemy. There we go. And see, we don't lose our overdrive from the flames or from anybody, because we don't take damage from anyone. And Royal Heart allows us to constantly not be staggered. Whoops. Okay, so let's go for more Icorn, and let's go for Jack. So we always want to be below about 1,550 health, 1,583 it looks like. So if we're constantly below 1,583, we will get all the bonuses possible, which is great. Okay, and we want to go for this and this. Now, as we head around the corner here, we want to go for this fella and kill him immediately, as he has resistance to the flame, or to the, whoops. Okay, I gotta get a backstab on this fella. I guess I can't get a backstab on him, so we'll go for a charge, and we'll get 12,000 on that fella. Okay, so that's really good. Okay, so let's head on our way here. Now you can see that having the charge drains and the fireproof tonics and such, it definitely helps for what we're going for here with the invincibility with Jack in a very different way. So if we go for a backstab, we'll see what our damage is. So 9,500, that's pretty good. Let's go for a drain. Good. Oops. Okay, monkey. And we kill the monkey right quick, as that is definitely something you never want to be going against. Now it's nice that every time we get a charge drain on these folks, we get extra damage. We get extra damage, but at the same time, we also get health back. And when we get health back, we can use blood sacrifice and get more ichor. So effectively, we're getting ichor on a drain, and then we're getting ichor on, and then we get ichor on, on backstabs and everything else. So it really makes for a really good pairing. Okay, Jack, I'm not sure what you're doing back there. Okay. Okay, he's almost killed Jack there, which is really bad, but that's okay because all of our buffs are now going to be active again. Okay, there we go. Now we're below half health, and let's go for Jack. And he healed himself up, so that's good. Good for us. Let's go for a fireproof tonic here, and we can now we come up against our big rival up here. In a minute, we will be going for the blue guys, and those guys completely wreck our day. Okay, and see, we don't take damage. Okay, good, and we'll go for this and get some ichor back. So we are, whoops, I definitely missed that dodge for sure. And even though we took that damage, that's fine, because as we go for more and more backstabs and drains, we will get a considerable amount of ichor back, so we can continually heal ourselves. So if you're interested in a kind of a challenge run, this could be definitely one of those places, as you can't heal when you're paired up with Jack, so you definitely want to be going for all the charge drains you can. And since that's, you know, basically our entire shtick here is to go for charge drains and backstabs and so on and so forth, to completely ruin the enemy's lives, this is a great way to go about developing those destructive abilities. Okay, so we got miles of cutscenes here that will make our gifts run out. I don't know why our gifts remain active in the background during cutscenes, but it definitely slows the gameplay here after you've been through here a few times. I wish it would not drain everything during these long cutscenes, because it's all based on loading times. And as you can see there, we are down to no ichor, no nothing, so we're basically back to 0 here. So we have to do this and then this. I guess we could go for pure blood. You know, sure, that's something we could go for, but why would we do that when we worked so hard to get to this point with all of our buffs and everything? So we'll go ahead and heal and probably use the majority of our health here, just getting everything back. There we go. Okay, and we'll go for this and Jack, and then we'll go for one more heal because we need to be below 1583. There we go. And we'll go for this. So we use like 7 heals there, which is fine, but kind of annoying that we had to use that anyways. Okay, and now we got this fella. Okay, let's go for a drain. Okay, now we got some health back from draining him, so we definitely don't take unlimited health or unlimited damage to this guy, simply because of our ability here to we actually get damaged from him. So it's see, we can definitely die, but we have really good damage and we're still below the 1580, so that's really good. So we can go for these. Good. And let's go ahead and heal one reducer here, regen inducer. And we can go ahead and get some I-core back. We can go up from here. You are absolutely right, Jack. Okay, so let's go for gift extension, I guess, and we'll do this and this. But we're right here at the missile anyways, so we can heal Jack, we can heal ourselves, and we can move on from here. So that's pretty good. So we made it all the way through here, but you can see those blue flame atronac guys. They definitely ruin your day in a bad way whenever you're around them. So let's go for all our things again. Now this is a particularly fun way to go through here, as it definitely makes it interesting and very different than you would normally play with Jack, or you would light gift, as we're using our light gift to simply get damage reduction. Okay, and as you can see, these monkeys don't hurt us, and they don't stagger us because of Royal Heart. So simply because we're using we're simply using our mind and our light value gift to go for defensive abilities. It doesn't matter because it's still perfectly a legal way to use light gifting. Now, it's kind of weird that every time I push, R is bound to my charge drain for charge for R. I don't know why, but that's how I have it set up. For whatever reason, if I'm running and I do it, it doesn't activate right away, so I have to be standing still. Okay, let's go for a charge. And there's 7,700, that's really good. So as you can see there, we have really, really good damage out on these guys when we want to, and we always want to. And when we're paired with Jack specifically, we get that crazy amount of damage out. See there, I couldn't use my charge. Okay, let's go for a charge. Whoops. Okay, now we're taking damage, but it's not enough apparently to ruin overdrive, which is very strange. I didn't realize that was the case there, but okay, I'll take it. I'll go for it. Okay, there we go, and let's go for a charge. Now we're gonna take damage, but we don't get knocked down because of Royal Heart. Okay, good, and let's go for a charge. There we go, almost. Okay, I figured that ball was gonna hit me, but maybe we can hit this one. There we go. Okay, and let's go for oh boy, we're getting wrecked here by the balls. Okay, good, and let's go for a charge. Good. Okay, let's go for overdrive. Oh, Jack died to the ball, but I did too, I guess, so fair is fair. Oh, okay, and charge. Oh, I'm gonna die to the ball. The timing on it is just horrible for the charge drains. Okay, and that's why you need time crunch to make sure that you always have enough health to make sure that you can use blood sacrifice, so you can have that increased speed and charge drains. As you can see there, it was extremely rough to get through just the balls as they run around and do ridiculous things. So now we will go for Sharpened Fangs, since we want to be doing backstabs on these fellas, and we're not really going to be doing too many charge attacks through this area, as we want to kill these guys quickly and effectively. There we go. Whoops. Yep, that was the guy I was worried about. Okay. And let's get a backstab on him. That should kill. Good. Oh, nope. Okay, let's go for a launch. There we go. Okay. Oh boy. Now we got this fella. Okay. Now we were invincible there because of the iframes, so that's very good. Now here comes another fireball. And we'll go for another backstab. And we will go for our flame protection here, as we don't want to die to this fella. So we'll just backstab him down. And we'll go for this, and elemental wall. Whoops. And we'll go for a backstab. Now we'll see an increase here in our damage. 6,500 almost. That's very good. Okay. So now we can go back to charge drains as we're coming up here. This fella will definitely try and shoot at us, but we can go ahead and charge him down very quickly and effectively. Good. Now we're on our own here until we get to the end, and so we have to fight the blue Atronac fella all on our own, so that's going to be pretty rough, as he definitely ruins our day in a lot of ways. So we'll go for hasten, so we can be quick mobility, and here he is. There we go. Now we are quick mobility, and we got to go for charges and a couple of different things here. Okay, so come on, buddy. There we go. Let's go for a backstab while we can. Okay. Now that'll help us get some damage, but we want to go for a charge. Okay. And as you can see there, he definitely has our number. If we don't let up here and take our time with him, he's definitely going to ruin us. Okay. Okay, we took a hit, but that's okay because we're getting constant health back here from our charge drains. And we can knock him down, which is great. Oops. Okay. Okay, let's get it. Oh. We're gonna get focused here. There we go. Okay, come here. Whoops. Okay. This is all... I should have known that he was going to go for that swipe. So you can see that even though we're light gifting in a weird way to get defenses, we're still not invulnerable by any means, but it's a very intense way to run through here. Now if we would have had Jack, that is the problem we run, is that if we don't have Jack, we run the risk of losing him and kind of losing the run altogether, simply because Jack is where our damage output is coming from. But that's okay. It still makes it for a very fun kind of way to run with Jack, kind of light gifting in a sense, in a weird kind of a sense. Okay. All right. And here we go. Yep. Here we go. Okay. I think I killed the other monkey very quickly there. So that was nice. Okay. And you can see that when we do damage, that was 9,100. I mean, that is just crazy amounts of damage. So 1584. So we are directly above the halfway mark. So we are... we're still getting... I guess we're still getting the half increase from Survival Instinct, which is pretty interesting. That it rounds down, it looks like, so it doesn't count it as halfway, or it counts it as halfway, even though it's technically not. So kind of interesting. Okay, now here's this fella again. Let's go for a backstab if we can, just to see. Well, if I can. Okay. That was very strange, but okay. And we'll go for gift extension, so we have more time, and we'll definitely go for a charge and a flame, as we saw what happened last time. Okay, and charge. Whoops. Somehow I got health back, but I don't know where that health came from, which is fine with me. Let's go for a flame elemental wall. I don't know where that health came from over there, but that was pretty cool. Okay. Now, elemental wall and flame protection are added to Jack as well, as that helps him stay alive longer as well. Okay, and we'll go for time crunch. Okay. Oh, good grief. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's get this ball here. There we go. Oh, here's the second ball. Okay, let's go for a train. There we go. And let's go for this. And elemental wall. Good, because we don't want to be caught out against the balls in the fire without being able to kill them. There we go. And there we go. And let's drop our health. And let's go for a gift extension. Good, okay. So I guess Jack must have killed the fellas over there, that ball. Okay, so go for backstabs here, as we want to kill these guys quickly and effectively. Oh, I did not kill that guy. We got real close, but okay. Let's go for a charge, as both of these guys are right up against each other here. So that's good. Now, hopefully, Jack has enough stun abilities stacked into himself that he can go ahead and kill those fellas. Oops. Okay. I can't go around him on the right side there. That's kind of interesting. Okay. So you can see that this definitely is not something that's... oh, I lost heavy axe. That's crazy overpowered, but it definitely lends itself to a very fun method of playing through the City of Falling Flame. Okay. Now we are all charged up here with Jack, so we should be having a fairly good fight against the Atronak. Okay, here he comes. He's gonna get all excited, and we'll go for a backstab first to start things off, so it'll give us a chance to get elemental wall going. Okay, we'll go for another charge. Oh, Jack. Okay. Well, that's that. Okay. Whoops. Okay, now we're focused. Okay. Let's go for a launch, or just continually getting hit here. Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. This is getting out of hand here real quick. So let's go for elemental wall. Okay. Or flame protection, sorry. Oh, good grief. Okay. Let's go ahead and heal if we can, or we're not going to be able to heal because we're bouncing into walls and everything. So this guy is proving to be, you know, the original boss of the game here, as Jack is kind of ridiculous in how his attacks are, as he does the lowest amount of damage in the game, but his communal is very good. Okay, and so in order to get through here quickly, we just go ahead and run. Since we don't take any damage to any fire or anything, we just kind of run through here, and it's no big deal. Simply because that fella is the one we need to get past, and this is just kind of filler material here in this area, as you don't again, every level in the game doesn't need to be fought, as you can just simply run through every single area without fighting a single enemy except the bosses. Okay, let's let our stamina regen here a little bit. Good. Elemental wall is almost over, so we need to be careful here around this next corner as we start to take damage a little bit. Okay, there we go, and we're right back. Now we'll go for elemental wall. Okay, go for this, and we'll go for this. Good, and we'll go ahead and heal, and we'll go for a little bit more ichor here, so we can go for gifted Jack, and this. Good. And we'll go for Jack. And then we will go for... Oh, good grief. Oh. That's ridiculous. There we go. Okay. And here's this fella. So let's go ahead and get him all excited here. Okay. Let's go for a backstab so he doesn't do his burst into flames, which is good. And we'll go for gift extension now. Okay. Okay. Oh, good grief. Elemental wall was not active, and that's why we took immense flame damage. So you can see here that this is a pretty bad way to be going against these flame guys. So let's go ahead and drink some water. Okay. Okay. So again, we run with our elemental buffs going, and we'll go for a flame protection and a fireproof tonic, just to give ourselves the best chance possible. Okay. So you can see that a gifted veil is pretty good. It does have its place. I don't know if this is something that anybody would actually go for and try out and say, oh yes, definitely this is the veil and the strategy for me. As you know, certain things in the game, can be pretty difficult. This may or may not be one of the good ways to use a gifted veil, but it definitely shows what it can be done and how it could be utilized. Again, it's not one of my favorite ways or best builds ever type of a thing, but it definitely lends itself to a very different play style and a very different way of thinking about how you approach enemies and so on and so forth. Okay, we'll go for this again, and we'll go for a fireproof tonic just so we're not caught out in the middle of the fight. Okay, good. Okay, let's go. Come here, buddy. Okay, let's go for a launch. Good, and we'll go for a charge. Now we still do really good damage, but the problem is that we are always trying to go for a lot more damage, but he just can't. We just can't put it out when we are trying to get focused and or not focused when we're trying to go for our gifts and everything. Okay. Okay. Good job, Jack. And this should probably finish him off. There we go. Okay. So there we go. So that's how this guy is actually really difficult, and we got more balls, so it's even a worse day for us. Okay. And this might be very problematic, as we will probably have to, as the balls stagger their attacks. It's definitely the worst way that we could go about getting through here, but we'll do it. Okay. Okay, and we'll go for this. Okay. Good. And that one's going for me. What? Okay. Okay, and we'll go for a charge. Okay, so we got through the balls. Oh. So when you're running this kind of stuff, it just makes it pretty ridiculous. There's a white vestment. This is another kind of little brother of the Daybreak Thunderfang that you could go for if you wanted to. Okay, and let's go for. Oh. So you can see that as we are gifted here, we don't have a whole lot of defenses against a lot of the striking patterns of the regular enemies. But now that we have finally succeeded in making it to the kitten, we will see how we go about dealing damage to her. Okay, and let's go ahead and heal, as there's no real benefit to doing anything else. Okay, so this is as high as we can get ourselves on damage with running Ishtar. Now we're going to keep regenerative drain, as we definitely don't want to be taking additional damage from her. Hello, Phoebe. Yep, you've been waiting for me, and you'll continue to wait a little longer. One more run to be exact. Okay. Now Royal Heart is key here to help us to get stagger resistance whenever we're going up against the kitty here, and we definitely want that stagger resistance, as she has a whole lot of staggering attacks. Now we're gonna have to kind of be paying attention to our flame resistance here, as elemental wall, as you see, is kind of over, and we'll have to make sure that we have that going at all times. Now we gave those two resistances to Jack, so he should be able to withstand most of the flame attacks in here, and gift extension paired with the flame resistances should give us a good chance to do pretty good resistance to all of her. Oh, flame or elemental wall is already over, so we definitely need elemental wall before we engage. Okay, and let's go for a charge drain. Okay, so we don't have enough stacker resistance, but we do have pretty good damage. Okay, we do about 8,000 per Hound's head. Okay, okay, let's go for this, and let's go ahead and heal. Oh, good grief. Okay, and let's go for a flame, and let's go for a charge. Okay, okay, we're focused. Good, and let's go for another one. Okay, and we're gonna need I-Core here, as we will be needing all of our flame resistances. Let's go for another charge, elemental wall, and gift extension. Okay, where did she go? There she is. Now we took some damage there, so we lost overdrive. Okay, there we go. And we lost Jack's communal now, so we will need some I-Core. Okay, Jack. Nope. Okay, let's go for a charge, and let's go for stamina activator, and a fireproof tonic, and we'll go for elemental wall here. Okay, good. Now we are back to invincible, but we need some I-Core so we can get Jack's communal going. Good. Okay, let's go for Jack. Good. Okay. Okay. And we need some I-Core here, so we'll go for this, and we'll go for overdrive. There we go, we're back to doing pretty good damage. Okay, but we need to be below half health, so let's do this. And we'll go for a drain here. Wow, we got back a whole lot of health there, which is weird. There we go. Okay. Okay, here she comes. Okay, we're below half health for sure now. Come on. Oh, good grief. I couldn't use elemental wall in time. Okay, so that's a death to the kitten. It's always a shame, kind of, when you die to the kitten. But you can see that if we have Jack going, we have overdrive going, our invincibility going, and the and all the gifts, we can do pretty good damage. And as you saw, we had lots and lots and lots of I-Core reserves, so we don't really have to worry about too much here, except just having all of our gifts active all at the same time. That's the thing we need to watch for. Okay, and let's go for Jack. And let's go for this, and this, and this, and a charge booster. Okay, so here we go. Now we have elemental wall active going in, but we'll go ahead and pick up our haze first, and she's going to come after us. Whoops. Okay, I need to get a charge out here. There we go. 10,000, that's pretty good. 8,800, that's pretty good. Now we need to be doing Ice Crush, but there's no charge, as there's no crush veils in the game, which I think is a mistake. We definitely need crush veils. I don't know why there's not crush veils. Okay. But that's the way it is, and that's the way Bandai decided it, that they wouldn't have crush veils. I don't know why, but I wish there was. I really wish there was. And she just moves around too much. Okay. Oh, come on. Even though we have really good stagger resistance built in, it definitely is a problem. Let's go for a gift extension. Okay. And let's go for some I-core. Good. Okay, we'll go for a little more I-core. Okay. Now we want to go for drain here. Get some health. Good. And go for all the things. Now let's keep our I-core high here, as we want to go for Jack when we can. Okay. And let's go for a flame and a charge booster. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. And let's go for a charge. There we go. Let's get some I-core. Let's get some I-core and go for Jack. There we go. There we go. Let's go for Royal Heart and get flame protection. Good. Now we're above half health here, so that's really bad for us. So let's go ahead and get those going and get elemental wall going. Okay. Oops. There we go. Come here, kitty. There we go. And, oh, where is she? Oh, Jack. Okay, so we have to kill her now, as we are out of options here with Jack. Okay, but at least she's focusing us now, so we can get those kills, get those drains on her right away. Okay, very good. As you can see, that's a bizarre way to run through here, and it definitely is not the preferred method or the recommended method. So we're going to be into cutscenes here, and then we're going to be heading to the Crown of Sand in the next episode. So I hope you all learned something about gifted veils and how they can be used, and how they kind of pair up here, and kind of some of the benefits of abusing your communals with your allies, with the AIs that run along with you. And you can definitely get a good use case out of Jack, as you get a 2.5 times multiplier on your drain attack. But again, you have a pretty low drain attack value anyways to start with. So it's kind of a give and take, depending on what you're going for. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and we will see you in the next episode.